Good morning, everyone. It's currently 6:30 in the morning. I am not up for training. I got woken up at 2:30 by my dad this morning for no apparent reason. So I was gonna just start filming now, but clearly the lighting is not the best for filming, so I'm going to continue watching Friends until the sun properly comes up, so that will be in about an hour or so. And you guys are going to come along for the day with me. But one thing that I am going to be talking about prominently today is body image and how living with a disability affects it. After I posted my reel yesterday, I got that suggestion in my DMs from Greg. Hi Greg, if you're watching this, I very much appreciate your support and the fact that you gave me a suggestion. This is a very, very important topic and a very personal topic to me. So if I rant in this video, that is why. But I'm going to, I don't know if I already said this, I feel like I already did. I'm so tired that my brain is mush. But I'm going to watch Friends for about another hour or so, just until the sun actually comes up and we've got good lighting. And then I will get ready with you guys and we will chat. Alright, I love you and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hopefully you guys can hear me from this far away. If not, it's going to be really annoying because I can't get up and change it and I don't want to have to re-record this. But it's a few hours later and I've rested and I've eaten breakfast, so now I feel slightly more human to talk about this very important topic, which is, as stated prior, body image and how living with a disability affects it. So before I get into any facts, I suppose, I want to make it very clear that this is my personal opinion. It's my own personal experience and everyone has their own. Also, I am a young woman, so I can't talk on behalf of young men or people who are non-binary who live with a disability. I can only talk from my perspective. However, if you guys want other perspectives, let me know and I might be able to, I don't know, maybe do a bit of like a podcast Zoom call with someone to get their perspective on this. But yeah, it's gonna probably be a bit of a long talk because this is something that I'm very passionate about, and so get any drinks, food, whatever you want, get a nice pillow or cushion, because we're gonna be here for a while. So, body image and living with a disability. There is so much that I could talk about and that I want to talk about, but I don't write scripts and I don't format my videos, simply because when I do, I end up speaking like a robot. So this is just gonna be me ranting, essentially. So I hope you're okay with that. But to get into it, what is body image? First things first, what is body image? Body image is the way in which we perceive our physical form. It's when we look in the mirror or we look in a reflective surface and what we can see and what we perceive. But it's also our relationship with our bodies. You know, do we love our bodies? Do we not love our bodies? Do we want to change them? Do we want to keep them? Do we, you know, it's this whole thing, and you know, it's not as simple as I love my body or I don't love my body. You know, there's a lot of grey matter in body image and in body acceptance. And then, you know, living with a disability, that adds a whole new grey area, because not only are you trying to grapple with just being a normal human being, to which no one really has, you know, a healthy relationship with their body 24/7. But then to add on the fact that you know, naturally just aren't like anyone else, and your body isn't always the most reliable thing in your life, it does take a toll on you mentally. And you know, as much as I said yesterday in my short on TikTok and Instagram, and even a little bit in my video yesterday, I don't really like to get vulnerable. I feel like it's needed for this, because it's the only way that I can truly share what it is like. So when it comes to living with a disability, as I said, we are, you know, already dealing with the fact that we are not like anyone else. Especially if you deal with a physical and visible disability. And I want to make that clear. I can only talk on living with a visible disability. I cannot talk on living with an invisible disability. That I'm sure has its own pros and cons, I guess you would say. But living with a visible physical disability, we are already we already stick out. And I think when you're little, you don't really notice. You know, it's like a whole thing of, you know, kids don't notice that stuff. They don't notice differences. Whether that be from, you know, someone being able-bodied and disabled, or someone being of color and someone not being of color, or, you know, being two completely different races. Kids don't notice that stuff. It's not until we get older and society shows us that there are differences, and that depending on what your differences are, you're either good or you're bad, or you're worthy or not, which is ridiculous, because everyone is inherently worthy when they are born. It's society that teaches us that we're not, which sucks. But going back to what I was saying, we, as we start to get older, start to notice our differences. We, you know, in my case, I always knew that no one used a walking frame, right? But that was nothing to me. I was like, oh, I just need it. But as I got older, I started to notice, okay, no one wears AFOs, which for anyone that doesn't know what an AFO is, it's a orthopedic fixed orthotic. And you can get them in all different shapes, but the ones that I wore go from like your just under the knee, so the back of the calf, all the way to your toes, and they essentially put your ankle in slightly more than a 90-degree angle to stretch it. And so no one was wearing those, which that kind of started to make me think, oh, I'm different than everyone else. And then I get older, and all like the body insecurities come in, which naturally happens for pretty much everyone, right? Whether that be, I'm not tall, I have a stomach, my boobs are too big, or I don't have a butt, or my shoulders are too broad, or whatever the issue may be, or perceived issue, because there is no issue with any of that. It's a self-perception issue, and it's more of a mental issue than it is physical. But so you have all of those things. Then add on the fact that in my personal case, I don't stand straight. My knees are bent and, you know, tilt inward. My feet aren't, I mean, look, feet are weird. Feet are just weird in general. I personally find them very weird. But, you know, because of the way that I walk, my feet are even more so weird. And so you start adding all of these things onto what everyone else deals with, and then you've got this whole other level of crap. And you just feel crap. I can't put it in any formal way or any more mature way than that. It's bad enough being a teenager or being a young adult and feeling ostracized, which most of us do in different ways. Add on the fact that you then already are so different, or you feel so different from everyone else because your life experience and the things you've gone through and the way that you look is so completely different. It gets to a point where, and I won't say you because I can't talk on everyone else, I got to the point where I would stop at nothing to make sure that I somewhat fit into the beauty standard. Anything. Whether that be, you know, I'm gonna make sure I drink this amount of water, and I'm gonna make sure that I keep my hair like this, and I'm gonna make sure that I eat like this, and you know, I'm gonna make sure that I work out and do these things, and just to try and fit my body into a mold that it's never gonna fit. And that is one of the most hardest things to grapple with, is that no matter how hard I try, I'm not gonna fit in. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be the beauty standard. And even saying that makes me feel so just defeated. Even now, I'm still dealing with things, because you know what, guys, I'm only 19, or I'm 19 in 2 weeks. I don't have all the answers. I don't. And as much as I love to advocate and I love to talk about CP and give people facts and give people guidance, this is my first time on earth and I have not been here for long, and every single day is a learning curve and every single day is different. The main reason why I'm making this video is, one, to make people aware that this is a struggle that we go through, but also for the people going through the struggle, you're not alone. You aren't alone. And God, I don't want to get emotional. I know what it's like to be in your room and stare in your mirror for hours, wishing to change things that you can't change. And I know what it's like to see other girls or just other people in general and know no matter how much you try, you're not going to be like them. And it sucks and it's hard, and clearly by me getting emotional, it's clear that I'm still struggling with this, and I struggle with it every day. You know, and I would love to tell you that it gets easier, or that it stops, or the voices stop, the self-criticism stops. But I can't, because I don't know. And I would love to say in confidence that it gets better. But at the end of the day, that's up to us to change. And no, it's not through changing our body that we're going to learn to love it. It's through changing our mind and the way that we perceive ourselves. Because there's a quote and it says, you can't hate yourself into a version that you love. And the same goes with our bodies. No matter how many hours I spend looking in a mirror, critiquing every inch of my body because I feel as though I'm not worthy because I'm different, isn't going to change the fact that I'm different. It's not going to change the fact that when I want to stand up or I want to move, I have to use a mobility aid. It's not going to change the fact that I have to stand with bent knees or slightly skewed back because that's the way that I've walked my entire life. Nothing is going to change that. But what can change is the way I talk to myself and the way I treat my body. And if you're going through this, if you are going through issues where you cannot stand to look at yourself in the mirror without wanting to cry, first, I want to say that you're not alone and I'm so sorry. I am so sorry that you have had to go through that. But secondly, start small. Start small. Even if one thing I do, and I would show you, but it's on my desk and I can't get up to get it, start a gratitude jar for your body. And before you go, that's not going to do anything, or I have nothing to be grateful for, take appearance out of it. Take it away. Take looks and the visuals away. Think of it as 3 things I'm grateful for. Okay, they could be, I resemble my parents. I have perfect eyesight. I can laugh. Or it can be, 3 things I'm grateful for. It could be, I'm able to move my body in ways that suit me. I am able to communicate with people. I am able to think. Separate your body from the way it looks. That is my best piece of advice when it comes to this. Take looks out of it. What can your body do? What has it done for you in your life? And I know if you live with a disability, a physical disability, I know the feeling of not being able to trust your body and feeling like your body is against you and woe is me and the world's against me and this and my own body is against me. Believe me, I know that better than anyone. If I went into what happened last year and all of this stuff, you would understand where I'm coming from. But take it from me, even if it's not every day, even if it's once a week, once a fortnight even, take a sticky note, take a piece of paper, write 3 things down that you're grateful for that have nothing to do with your appearance. Because what this will do is it will teach your mind to appreciate your body. And slowly but surely, once you get into the habit of that, you will start to appreciate your looks. You will start to appreciate the things that make you different. You will start to appreciate the things that make you similar to other people. But start small. Start somewhere. Because, take it from me, having hatred towards your body is going to destroy you. It's going to destroy you physically. It's going to destroy you mentally. Please, please try and break the habit of criticizing your body and everything about it. Because the only person that you are hurting is yourself. And I can guarantee you the people that care about you aren't even concerned with the way that you look. And I'm not saying that to say that you aren't beautiful or that your looks shouldn't be appreciated. I'm saying that you have so much more to offer than just your body and just your face and just your hair and your lips and your nose and your smile. You have so much more to offer. And again, I am not perfect. I am struggling with this currently. And saying this, I kind of feel like a hypocrite because most days I don't follow my own advice. Most days it's a struggle. But if we can all start, including myself, with something small, even if it's just one thing to be grateful for, or if someone does give you a compliment, take it. Take it for what it is. Don't overthink it. Take it and savor it. Because our bodies have done incredible things. The fact that we can live with a disability and achieve so much more than the average person just because of our innate willpower is remarkable. But we wouldn't be able to do that if our body didn't let us do that. You know, I can say, oh, I've achieved all these things. Great. But you know why? Because my body allowed me to. I wouldn't have climbed the Great Wall of China. I wouldn't have done competitive swimming for 10 years. I wouldn't have climbed Mount Kosciuszko. I wouldn't have done any of it if my body didn't allow it. And that's really special and something that I need to be reminded of. So I know this had no structure and it was just kind of me telling my own personal story for almost half an hour. But for anyone who doesn't live with a disability and you know someone who does, please, please be mindful and considerate of what you say to that person, whether it be about their appearance, whether it be about the way they move throughout the world, whether about it be, that's made note, I don't even know what that was word for, but then whether it be the way that they eat. I mean, okay, secondary rant here. Never, ever, 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 I don't care if it's good, bad, or otherwise, comment on someone, on the way that they eat. Please, please, do not do that. And I'm guilty of it. I do it. I comment on the way that people eat because I want people to be healthy. But don't do it. Do not do it because, and I'm calling myself out here, you have no idea what someone's struggling with internally. You have no idea how someone perceives their body or how they want to change their body or how they want to eat or not eat. We have no idea at the end of the day what is going through someone's mind. So please, be considerate, be mindful, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Like I said, this is a bit more of a personal rant than it is informational. So If you guys have any particular questions, comment them down below and I might do a short on TikTok and Instagram about it. I love you guys so much. Always remember to create, advocate, and inspire, and I will see you in the next video. Be kind to yourself. Bye.